How far can human strength go? Today you'll meet 15 extraordinary and unbelievable people who, against every odd, prove that life is a gift, even in the most hellish circumstances. From super rare diseases to feats of overcoming challenges that seem like they're straight out of a Hollywood movie, their stories will move you, motivate you, and leave you simply speechless. Let's start off this list with Number 15, Darina Spengler. Darina Spengler came into this world in Russia without lips or a chin. Doctors had no clear diagnosis, only theories about a genetic mutation that reshaped her face before birth. Eating, speaking, and even forming a simple smile were battles fought from her first days. Children stared. Some whispered. Others avoided her altogether. Determined to give her a full life, her family traveled thousands of kilometers to London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, where surgeons attempted something extraordinary. During a long, complex operation, they formed a small jaw and added skin to her neck. Basic features most of us never think twice about. For Darina, these changes transformed her world. She smiled, truly smiled, for the first time. And though more surgeries await, this first step shifted her entire future. Her parents see modern medicine as nothing short of a miracle, giving their daughter chances that didn't exist a generation ago. Today, Darina faces life with a new face, a new spirit, and a smile she earned. Number 14, Brittany. Brittany doesn't hide anymore. For 30 years, she avoided crowds, mirrors, and even doctors, ashamed of the thousands of tumors that cover her body from neurofibromatosis type 1, a genetic condition that twists nerves and skin with painful, disfiguring growths. She's a mom of 2. She's only in her 30s, and every day her body fights her. She's been mocked, stared at, humiliated by strangers, and even turned away by doctors too scared to help. But when she finally found Dr. Sandra Lee, a surgeon willing to take on her case, things began to change. It wasn't just about removing tumors. It was about restoring Brittany's reflection, her confidence, her identity. With each procedure, Brittany started walking taller, smiling wider, speaking louder. Her fight is far from over, but the difference is, now she knows she's worth fighting for. She's not a case study. She's not a condition. She's a woman reclaiming her life, one scar at a time. Number 13, Kashmir Culberson. Kashmir doesn't need arms to do what she does, just talent, confidence, and a whole lot of toes. Born with Phocomelia syndrome, she never let her missing limbs define her. From her home in Dallas, Texas, Kashmir built an online following by doing what seemed impossible. Makeup tutorials, all done with her feet. Foundation, contouring. She does it all barefoot and with absolute grace. She doesn't just dab and blend. She slays. People often watch out of curiosity but stay because her skills are undeniable. Her precision puts most of us to shame. But more than that, Kashmir shares her life with honesty and strength. She cooks, drives, vlogs, and shows every bit of the unfiltered grind behind her glow. Her story isn't about overcoming a disability. It's about rejecting limitations altogether. She doesn't want pity. She wants you to see the person, the artistry, the joy, and every time she picks up a brush with her foot, you can't look away. Number 12, Dean Bevan. Well, life is a thrill. Some people love girls, some love fast cars, and some, like Dean Bevan, love silicone and shutter clicks. At 65, this retired psychiatric nurse from Ipswich spends his golden years photographing a harem of 12 dolls. He carefully applies their makeup, picks out outfits, and stages scenes around his home. It started after watching Humans, a sci-fi show about synthetic beings. He couldn't shake the intrigue. So, he bought Sarah, his first doll, a blonde bombshell with a 30DD bust. He insists it's not all about sex. Some dolls stayed dressed, posed elegantly, untouched. But Sarah? She's special. They even share a bed. To Dean, this isn't strange. It's art, companionship, fantasy without the mess of real-life drama. While others down at the pub or watch TV, Dean is blending synthetic beauty with creative vision. And though many find it bizarre, he's not lonely. He's surrounded by silence, style, and 12 perfectly still muses. Number 11. Kira McCracken. Kira spent years erasing herself. Not her personality, her face. She grew up with a large port wine birthmark covering part of her skin. At first, it didn't bother her. But by 7th grade, the stares turned into whispers. The whispers turned into cruel comments. Someone once said it looked like a dead fetus. She started wearing heavy makeup, tattoo cover-up, airbrushing, anything to blend in. Every morning, 45 minutes of painting her skin into silence. But inside, something was breaking. And then, she stopped. By college, with the encouragement of friends, Kira put the brush down. She looked in the mirror and let herself be seen. Now 29, and a mom herself, she's raising her daughter to believe in unfiltered beauty. If I hide myself, what am I teaching her? Kira says. Her birthmark hasn't gone away, but the shame did. Now, she wears her skin without apology. And her daughter? She's learning what strength really looks like. Number 10. Rahma Haruna. By 6 months old, Rahma's legs and one arm had stopped growing, frozen by a mysterious condition Nigerian doctors never identified. Pain became her constant companion. Her parents placed her in a plastic bucket to soothe her and carried her from place to place because they couldn't afford a wheelchair. Life never gave Rahma an easy moment, yet she carried herself with a bravery that left everyone around her in awe. Her tiny frame never reflected the size of her will. She lived with strength and a gentle resilience that inspired her entire community. In 2016, at just 19 years old, Rahma died without ever receiving a diagnosis. Her story didn't end in answers, but in something far more powerful, a reminder of the invisible battles millions face and the urgent need for medical research capable of protecting children like her. Rahma's short life left an unmistakable mark, proving that courage isn't measured in years, but in spirit. Number 9. Gabe. Gabe was born with Hanhart syndrome. In other words, he had no blueprint for how life was supposed to look. But at 19, he came out as gay, and that's when everything started shifting. Years later, he stepped into the beauty world, not quietly, but unapologetically. Gabe became a makeup artist, influencer, and public speaker. He creates flawless looks using a taped-down sponge and a custom-built vanity, applying foundation, eyeliner, even lashes, without arms. People ask how. The answer? Creativity, patience, and pure drive. I used to wear a mask, Gabe says. Now I wear makeup, not to hide, but to express who I've become. He's not here to perform perfection. He's here to be real, raw, and radiant. For Gabe, beauty isn't about covering flaws. It's about saying, this is me, exactly as I am. And every time he sits at that vanity, he's not just doing makeup. He's creating space for every soul who ever felt invisible. Number 8. Mahendra Ahirwar. For years, Mahendra Ahirwar knew only the view of his own chest. His neck had curved so far forward, it fused there, locking his chin against his chest for over a decade. Born in India with a rare muscular disorder, he couldn't walk, breathe freely, or lift his head. His parents took him to dozens of hospitals. All said no. Too risky, too poor, too complex. Then, a stranger from Liverpool saw his story. Julie raised the funds, connected doctors, and in 2016, Mahendra had life-changing surgery in New Delhi. Titanium plates were inserted. His spine realigned. He sat up, smiled, looked around for the first time. The sun rose when his head came up, his mother said. He went back to school, started dreaming again. 8 months later, while watching TV, Mahendra passed away suddenly. No one expected it. But for those precious months, he stood tall. Number 7. Amy Lee Fisher. Amy wasn't just living with pain, she was living in silence. For years, doctors dismissed her chronic agony as growing pains. But it wasn't that. It was Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a brutal genetic condition that caused daily joint dislocations, stretchy skin, and eventually, a paralyzed stomach. She was 19 when she finally got the correct diagnosis, and by then she was using feeding tubes and wearing braces to hold her limbs in place. But instead of shutting down, she turned on her camera. Amy launched a YouTube channel where she didn't sugarcoat anything. The pain, the fear, the hospital visits. She became a voice for the invisible, for the misunderstood. Her following grew, not because of pity, but because of truth. On April 6, 2021, her body gave out. But her legacy is still loud and bright. Amy showed the world that sick doesn't mean weak, and dying doesn't mean done. She mattered, and still does. She was rare. Number 6. Ripu Bhatia. At 21, Ripu had everything going for him. University, friends, the kind of life you think will last forever. Until it didn't. A terrifying bacterial infection, meningococcal sepsis, shut his body down. He was placed in a coma. When he woke up 3 weeks later, he weighed 36 kilograms. His nose was gone. His arms and legs were dead tissue. Doctors gave him a choice, amputate or die. He chose life. After 235 days in the hospital, he emerged without limbs, but not without fire. Ripu relearned everything, how to walk, how to eat, how to exist. He rebuilt his face, one surgery at a time. He went back to university, started a blog, learned guitar. Why? To show others that life doesn't end after loss. It just changes. Ripu isn't a victim. He's a blueprint for what resilience looks like. And if you've ever needed proof that rock bottom isn't the end, he's living it. Number 5. Charlotte Garside. Charlotte was so small at birth, even doll clothes drowned her. Her parents had to hand-sew every outfit. Her crib looked more like a shoebox than a bed. Born with primordial dwarfism, she entered a world that wasn't ready for her. But Charlotte didn't wait for the world to catch up. She crawled, she walked, she talked. She wrote her name and joined her sisters in school. People stared, but she never blinked. Her teachers didn't lower expectations. Her classmates didn't treat her like glass, and Charlotte never asked them to. She wanted a normal life, and she made one. At recess, she played like anyone else. In class, she kept up. Her body remained tiny, but everything else about her, her mind, her spirit, her will, grew boundless. She never denied the weight of her condition, but she never let it anchor her either. She is very unique. Number 4. Virsavia Boren. At first sight, she looks like any other girl who loves ponies, dancing, and filling sketchbooks with bright colors. But her body carries something almost unimaginable. She was born with pentalogy of Cantrell, a cluster of birth defects so rare that most doctors never see a single case. In her situation, it caused her heart to grow outside her chest, resting just beneath a thin layer of skin. No rib cage protects it or muscle shields it. Every beat is visible. Doctors never believed she'd live beyond infancy, yet here she is, now a teen, living carefully but joyfully while waiting for a surgery complex enough to place her heart where it belongs. Virsavia doesn't move recklessly. She moves intentionally, aware of every step. But her spirit? Untouched. Her optimism shines in every smile, every dance, every dream she names out loud. She teaches people that fragility and strength can live side by side, and that a heart can be both literal and legendary. Number 3. Ganesh Baraya. Most of us will never need to battle the Supreme Court to chase a dream. Ganesh did. Standing just 3 feet tall, this determined young man from Gujarat, India, is on a mission to become the world's shortest doctor. Born into a farming family, he was blocked from entering medical school, first by local officials, then by the High Court. But giving up? That's not how Ganesh works. With his family by his side, he took the fight all the way to India's Supreme Court and won. Now he's officially a medical student, fueled by the same grit that got him there. Fame doesn't interest him. His dream is to treat patients who can't afford care. People may see his height first, but his drive, his purpose, his heart, that's what defines him. Against every barrier, Ganesh is rewriting the rules. And for anyone told no before they even tried, he's living proof that they still can. Number 2. Melanie Gaydos. Well, Melanie Gaydos broke into fashion not by fitting in, but by refusing to shrink. Born with ectodermal dysplasia, she grew up with almost no hair, no teeth, fragile nails, and a cleft palate. Over 30 surgeries shaped her childhood. Her eyelashes once curled inward and scratched her eyes so severely that she became legally blind. But Melanie didn't disappear behind that reality. She built a career from it. While studying art in New York, she responded to modeling calls on Craigslist and Model Mayhem. Photographers were drawn to her presence, a look the industry had never embraced before. Soon, she appeared in ID, Love, and Galore. She wore dentures briefly, then let them go. Eating was simpler without them. In 2015, she stopped wearing wigs, stepping onto sets exactly as she was. Her breakout moment came in Rammstein's Mein Herz brennt, where she embodied the eerie Sandman. Overnight, she became unforgettable. Melanie didn't chase hollow beauty standards. She rewrote them. Number 1. Daisy Mae Demetre. Daisy, born in Birmingham, came into the world with fibular hemimelia, an ultra-rare condition where part or all of the fibula is missing. On one side, there was a tiny, fragile bone. On the other hand, nothing at all. From the start, balance and mobility were an uphill climb. Her parents faced an agonizing choice. After long discussions, they chose to amputate both of Daisy's legs below the knees. That was 7 years ago. Today, Daisy's 14, and she runs, dances, jumps, and lives boldly with her prosthetics. That life-altering surgery? It wasn't the end. It was her beginning. She took those new legs and owned them, like they'd always been part of her. There's no dramatic headline, just a girl who kept going. These days, no one's quite sure where she is or what she's up to. But if history tells us anything, it's that Daisy's out there doing something amazing. Quietly, fearlessly, in her own way. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.